Yo, hello guys, and what's up, Vlogging with Gibster back here for another video. And today will be a set of 9 special episodes. Not all today, but you know, the next few will be a next set of 9 special episodes to do with my Gibbemon region, or as we call it here on this channel, Gibbemon. So for these special 9 episodes, and by that I mean I, shall be redesigning my old starters that I made 8 years ago. Now these aren't going to be the starters of this region. I'm just redesigning them to be Gibbemon of, you know, my current region. So of course, first starts with the old grass starter. I called him Berrybush. Back then I wasn't very good at making names, but you know, it's stuck to me, so I'm not going to change it. If I feel like I have to change the name, then I will. So this is Berrybush so far. Well, so far, I mean, like, that's old Berrybush. I also have another picture of him when I redesigned him, like, a couple years later. I think I did this redesign like 5 years ago or something. Sort of fixed up the proportions, but now I'm gonna really change him. So the way I'm gonna change him is that I'm gonna base him off an actual plant. This being the holly plant, which hopefully you guys know what the holly plant is. So it's a plant, red berries, jagged leaves. And then I'm not going to base him on any animal specifically, but I'm going to give him reptilian features. So we're going to start by, of course, so I'm going to make his head bigger. You know, comically large head. I'm going to give him a skinny torso and arms, big hands. And I'm going to keep the pose I did when I first drew him. Now, just a note that basically these starters are basically copies of the Hoenn starters. You'll probably see it when we get to Berrybush's final evolution, that he looks kind of like a Sceptile, which of course I'm then going to change. And then the fire starter is basically another fire chicken. And then with the water starter, only the first stage looks like a member of the Mudkip line. Anyway. So I'm going to give him reptilian features, of course. That means the big eyebrows that they usually have. And give him that snout. And before I finish up the head, I'm going to add the holly leaf in here. So sort of just goes like that. I'm just going to fix up these eyebrows here. Then I'm going to do the nostrils, which are the thin slits. So I felt like just going back and redesigning my old starters because my art style's improved. Also my understanding of Pokemon. Also, I know I don't do as many Looming Legacy videos anymore now. That's because my computer lags whenever I do that. That's because of the bad internet in this house. So I am moving actually. So you guys should be seeing a lot more Looming Legacy videos. So like, see the next time it updates. I'll probably be recording it then. Of course, the last time it updated was actually last night, where they gave a new Vari evolution, Resolin. For those of you guys who don't know how to do it, and who haven't checked YouTube for some reason, you need a male Vari, there's a new area, and you have to use a Vari to defeat this thing called a heavy bag. Anyway, so next, I gave him like Bulbasaur eyes. So I'm gonna sort of just change it a bit. Not really fix it, but change it a bit. More like, I'm changing it so it fits like the eyes of the final evolution. So if you remember the way I had it on the original Berrybush, is that it's sort of, you know, basically Bulbasaur's eyes. So I am just going to... So that's going to be white, and then the rest of this is going to be red. And then there's the pupil there. And then I'm going to outline the pupil in black. And that's basically, you know, a cuter version of the eyes he has in his final evolution. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the arms, which are just going to be these thin strips that gradually get bigger until we go into a finger. And on the finger is why his name is Berrybush. Now, I'm going to make it that he gets more covered in plants, so it, you know, but he has sort of berries. They're not actual berries. They're, of course, just, you know, big fingers, but, you know, it looks like they're berries. And then we're going to change this leaf here into a holly leaf. And I just thought I'd do a holly plant because, you know, I couldn't think of anything else other than another plant that grows red berries on it. Well, I don't even know if they're berries. Like, they're definitely berries, but, you know, like, they're tiny. Like, not the plant, but the berries that grow on it. They're absolutely tiny. And then we're going to actually add just a berry right here. And then, before I move on to the other arm, I'm just going to do this here for the torso. And then, now we're going to move on to the other arm. We're going to move like that, so, of course, my art style, my art skills have improved more. So I'm going to make it that was the inside of the hand. The lead of my pencil just broke. Give me a second till I sharpen it. If you guys wonder why I don't use pens, only pencils, if I were to use pens it would only be for shading. But I don't use it on my Gibbemon to shade. I probably just use it maybe for colouring sometimes. But you know, like, if you wonder why I don't use pens like other drawing channels like Cool Kids Art or Cartooning Club How to Draw, that's the reason. Just don't. Okay. Yeah, that pencil's broke. Rip pencil. Luckily, I just have a batch of them just in case. Alright, and then we'll do the berry on the shoulder, and then we're going to do the holly leaf. So, Right, and then we're going to do the legs, which is just going to have a stance like that. And then there's another berry attached to the leg. Now, there's another place where I'm planning on adding a berry. It's on, you know, that place, you know. But I'm planning on adding, like, an entire, you know, like, the entire plant there, like, with the leaf and then the berries attached to it. I just want to add more berries, you know, because since his name is Berrybush, it's not really got anything, you know, that screams bush at you. I'm just going to add berries here. Just give me a second, guys. This is not the last part on him. I will do a comparison at the end of this video, which is coming quite shortly. He has a leaf on him, on his, well, not really a leaf, more like a leaf pattern on his stomach, like that red thing there. So that's not an actual leaf, it's just a pattern. Anyway, I thought I'd redesign my starters because there's a lot of people like Mads and Dead Bedspread who redesigned their old Pokemon for their new region, whereas I just decided to make a completely new region. But I thought, you know what, I should at least have maybe like, I don't know, 9 of my old Pokemon in there. And I call them Pokemon because that's what they were meant to be. They weren't made to be their own thing. They were meant to be Pokemon, whereas now they've been turned into Gibbemon. And they look better. I'd say like this Berrybush is an improvement. When I was younger, I was always like, how could I fix this? And then I just gave up on making a new region. I was going to redesign it again, but I couldn't come up with any ideas. Now that I'm older and I come up with better ideas, I thought, might as well try it. So the thing that I'm wondering is, should I keep it as a pattern or should I have it, like, just leaves on there? Like, you know what? Reptiles usually have, like, a pattern on their stomach. It's usually just sort of like that, but, you know, I'm not going to do that. Probably going to make it bigger, and I'm going to make it like the holly leaf. And I'm going to keep, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the little thing in here that was on the old one, and then I'm going to rub it out. Then I'm going to redraw it but the middle. And that's sort of like the berry. Like if you were to connect those pieces together, it would be sort of like the berry. You know what? I should probably put the berry at the bottom. Boom. I'd say that's a definite improvement from the old one. Definite improvement. So I'm just gonna put it on my bed, and then I'm gonna give you guys a comparison. I'm gonna give you a comparison of the one that I made 8 years ago, not the one I made 5 years ago, because it's the one has the same pose. But wouldn't you say that the redesigned one is definitely an improvement? I certainly would. And I'm gonna keep to the tradition of so what I mean by the tradition of like alternate colours, because I sort of broke that, like, for my, shiny colours. I sort of broke that for my starters, but I'm gonna, you know, continue it now. So grass starters usually have yellows, reds, and like their shiny colours and oranges because autumn. So I'm gonna do that with him and his line. The fire starters, they usually have pink and purple flames, which I did that. And the water starters are usually pink. So yeah, I'd say this turned out very well. And I'll see you guys next time.